How's it going, guys? TacTixHD here with Season 2 of mine and Saad's NHL 16 Race to the Cup Gem Mode series. If you guys missed the last two episodes, it was the off-season and the regular season from Season 1, so you guys can check those out. We're here, that was the starting lineup going into the second season. We have Philip Forsberg, Bergeron, and Eriksson on the first line, Pastrnak, Matthews, and Marchand on the second, Brouwer, Spooner, Griffith on the third, Lewis, Kovalchev, and Halishchuk on the fourth. I'm actually going to switch Marchand and Eriksson. I'd like Marchand on the first line there, Eriksson on the second. Defense here, we have Larson, Ceci as the top pairing, Morrow and Krug on the second, and then Mueller and Theodore on the third. And then in goal, of course, we have Tuukka Rask, who carried us last year. He had like 4 awards, including like every goalie award in the Hart Trophy, I believe. Tokarski there backing him up, pretty good backup goalie. AHL team here, guys, we have Vetrano, Cernak, and Connolly as the first line, which is actually pretty solid. Radula, Serboso, and Biggs on the second. Brendan Lemieux, Ferrero, and Ferrero on the third, and then Ozemic, Ferlin, and Niemen on the fourth. Defense here, we have Miller, Russo, Belmore, Trotman, Jaros, Carlo. Really hoping both Carlo and Russo can gain some overalls. I think they have the highest overalls any of the AHL defensemen. In goal for the AHL team, we actually have John Gillies. He was a free agent we picked up. 79 overall, 22 years old, high star potential, so pretty solid actually. Backing up just this 69 overall guy. So teams are both looking pretty good, I think. Last season we made it to the playoffs but had a first round exit, so I'd like to do a bit better than that. Obviously we added Austin Matthews in the draft, so some pretty good things to look for. AHL team here, 78 offense, 79 defense, 78 goaltending, only 82 locker room chemistry. Both teams' locker room chemistry could definitely be better. NHL team's at 77, so really shouldn't make any trades for a bit here. Let them build that chemistry. 91 offense and 90 defense, 94 goaltending. So pretty good stats there. Really just have to hope we get off to a good start. Team builds chemistry, and then we can start adding some more pieces as the season moves on. So we had a pretty solid first month, guys. At the end of October here, we're 7-5-1. AHL team's 4-4-1. So I think we're just going to keep going here. Not make any moves for a bit. And like I said, really just want to build that team chemistry and, hopefully make the playoffs again. We're at the end of November here, guys. As you can see, we're on a pretty good roll. 14-8-2. AHL team 11-7-1 as well. Our team chemistry's gone up. We're now at 83%, so looking pretty good. Probably not going to make any moves till the trade deadline just to keep that locker room chemistry as high as possible. We're at the end of January here now, guys, and as you can see, Detroit's putting Anderson on waivers. I think I'm going to claim him simply just to give our AHL team a bit of a boost. I think he could have a pretty good effect on the second line for the AHL team. We're just looking at the new AHL lines. As you can see, I actually moved Brendan Lemieux up to the first line. He's got low top 6 4 potential, which is actually one of the highest for AHL players, so might as well give him first line minutes. Playing with Cernak and Connolly there on the first line. Then we have Radula, Anderson now, and Biggs on the second. Toronto's moved down to the third line with Serbosa and Ferrero, and then on the fourth line we have Ohms, Ferrero, and Ferlin. So pretty good AHL forward group, I think. So here's a look at our team at the end of January. As you can see, we're 26, 23-2, so a bit too many L's, I think, in January, but we still have, 2.5 months to go here. I'm going to send the end of February and then try to make a couple moves here at the trade deadline, make our team better. AHL team's also looking very good, 28, 11, and 5. Locker room chemistry still at 83%, but I think we're playing pretty good. Stats there don't lie either. 92 offense, 92 defense, 94 goaltending. Very high-rated team. Right here's an offer I'm getting from the Flyers for Michael Del Zotto. They want my second-round pick in this year's draft, Forsling, who's our backup AHL goalie, and our third-round pick in next year's draft. Honestly, I don't really feel like I need Del Zotto. I'm going to take a look at his overall just to see, but I really like our defensive group. Like, our top pairing's solid. Yeah, he's 84, so he'd, improve the bottom pairing a bit, but we have 2 young guys who I think are going to be gaining some overalls, so just going to decline this trade. We're at the trade deadline now, guys, and as you can see, we did very well in February. Only got 3 losses, now have a record of 36, 25-2. AHL team also looks very good there at 33, 13-8. But the Atlantic Division is very close. You can see we're in 5th place right now. The other 4 teams in front of us all have 36 wins, but Buffalo there has 37. We'll take a look here at the actual standings because it looks very close. Toronto there's 79, Tampa at 78, Buffalo 77, Detroit's got 75, we're at 74, Ottawa 673. So it's very close. Tampa Bay and Buffalo only have 60 games played, so that's going to be even tougher to try and catch them. But I think we can do it here if we can have a strong trade deadline. Also going to show you guys the scoring leaders here a little past the halfway point. So sort this by points. Philip Forsberg playing very well, 55 points, 63 games. Bergeron there has 46, Eriksson 39, Matthew 39 on the second line, not bad at all. Eriksson's also on the second line, I believe, so pretty good. Marchand there, 36. Krug, 33, has been having a great year. Brouwer at 28, pretty solid for the third line. Pastrnak, 28. Griffith, 25. Ceci at 23. 92 overall now for Ceci. He was 89, I believe, at the start of the season, so he's been playing great. Kovalchev, 20. Larson, 20. Lewis there at 18. Morrow at 15. Spooner, 14. Halishchuk, 14. Mueller, 9. And then Theodore, 4. So not too bad at all. I'll take a look here at the goalies as well. See how they're performing. See if Rask is putting in another MVP season. Rask, 2.3 goals against, 31-19, .921 save percentage. Karski, about the same goals against, better save percentage, but not as good a record there at 5-7. So, like I said, guys, trade deadline, I'd like to make a couple moves here, boost our team. Hopefully, get in those playoffs. Once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. So, I was looking through the trade block, guys, and the only solid players on the trade block are actually both Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton. For whatever reason, San Jose has both of them on the trade block, so I figured, why not try and trade for them both? Both are pretty high rated, 87 and 88 overall. Trade value is not that high. 37 years old, $6 million salary, 1 year left. We have the salary cap to afford both of them, and at the end of the year, hopefully they'll retire, and if not, we have the option basically to re-sign them, or if we don't have the space, we can just let them go. So it's pretty low risk and really high reward, I think, here to help us, with that playoff push. So we'll see here what kind of deal we have to make to get both these players. All right, guys, so here's the trade I come with for Marleau and Thornton. I'm trading them Lewis, who's our fourth-line right winger. They're interested in him, though, and I'm holding half his salary, basically just to improve his value a bit. He's only got 1 year left, so it's not going to affect us. We're far under the cap. Our backup AHL goalie, they're also interested in, only has fringe star potential, so I don't really care. Second round pick in this year's draft is actually Nashville's pick. Really didn't want to trade this piece, but I feel like we have to get that value to be able to make up for Marleau and Thornton. Our third round pick in 2019, just some more value, another piece they want, and then a 2020 seventh round pick, way away from now, but basically just kind of like a cherry on top. And obviously Marleau and Thornton, two high-rated players coming back. Hopefully can give us that playoffs push and help us win the Stanley Cup. So if this deal goes through, I'm pretty happy with it. Here we go. Trade accepted. We're here, guys. I'm trying to trade a couple AHL players for a couple late-round picks in 2017. If you guys forget, we only have one pick now in 2017. That's a sixth-round pick, so definitely need to restock the draft cupboard. So as you can see, I'm trying to trade Ferrero and Trotman for a fourth and a sixth-round pick in this year's draft. Both are AHL players. Neither have any potential left. Both have 1 year left, so they'll probably just not even re-sign them. If we can get a couple picks for that, it'd basically help us out. Try to, get lucky at the end of this draft. St. Louis accepts it, so pretty big deal for us. Right here, guys, we're trying to trade Anderson and Jaros to the Islanders for a fourth and fifth round pick in this year's draft. Obviously, we got Anderson for free, pretty solid AHL player, but if he gives us a pick, I'd rather that. He's old, he's like 28, no more potential. Jaros, 7th potential, he's playing on like our bottom pair in the AHL. Don't really care about him. Both have 1 year left, probably won't re-sign either. If we can get a fourth and fifth round pick, that again would just help us try and get lucky here at the end of this 2017 draft where we have no early picks. So here we go, see if they accept the deal. And they did. So that's pretty good. Even after trading away all those AHL guys, our team's still looking pretty good. We got Lemieux, Cernak, and Connolly still on the first line. Rajla, Serboso, and Biggs on the second. For Toronto, Osmik and Ferrero on the third. Niemen, Serlik, and Freeland on the fourth. Defense, Miller, Russo, Belmore, Carlo. Forcing and Udes, the bottom pairing there, 269s. Isn't that great, but still not terrible. And then goalies, we got Gillies with a 70 Ginn backing him up. So like I said, AHL team's still looking pretty good. Also, guys, right here you can see all our picks now in the 2017 draft. So no first, second, or third round pick, but we do have 2 fourths, a fifth, and 2 sixths. Like I said, just really hoping we can get lucky with at least one of these picks, get like a top 6 or like a top 4D. And then after that, really, we can even just fill out some bomb depth guys. I think that'd be good. Right here, guys, we're going to trade Brouwer for the Winnipeg Jets second round pick in this year's draft. Obviously adds a pick for this draft, which is huge. And I didn't even realize because we picked up both Thornton and Marleau, only traded out Lewis. We had an extra spot in our forward group. Brouwer was scratched, no injuries on, so might as well trade him rather than just let him sit on the bench. Have half his salary retained, trying to increase his value a bit. This would be a huge trade for us. That second round pick would obviously really improve our 2017 draft. Here we go. Trade accepted, so that's a big deal. So I'm finished making moves at the deadline. Really happy with how it turned out. We obviously added Marleau and Thornton to the main team, and we added a bunch of draft picks for this year's draft, something we desperately needed. Forward group here, guys, you have Forsberg, Bergeron, Marchand still, Erickson, Thornton, and Marleau. Young gun line here of Griffith, Matthews, and Pasternak. Koklachev, Spooner, Halishchuk on the fourth line. Defense there, Larson, Ceci, Morrow, Krug, Mueller, Theodore, so pretty solid. And then in goal, of course, we still have Rask and Tokarski. So pretty happy with this group. Hopefully we can make that playoff push and then have a nice run at the Cup. As you guys can see, since the trade deadline, we've actually been on a roll. We're now 46, 29, and 2. AHL team there's 41, 20, and 8. So we got 2 weeks left here. I think right now we're in a pretty good spot. I don't even want to look, though. We'll send the rest of the season, and then we'll see where we end up. We finished strong. We only had 5 games left. We won 4 of them, lost 1. Actually beat Ottawa 7-1 in our final game. Finished with a regular season record of 50, 30, and 2, so that's awesome. 102 points. AHL team there's 42, 21, and 10. Still not even finished their season. Still have a few games left. Actually won the Atlantic Division, so it was really close. Obviously at the trade deadline, we were in 5th place behind everybody, and then we just made massive ground after adding both Thornton and Marleau. Team rating there really high too, 93, 92, 95. Really happy with that. We'll see actually where we ended up in the entire league. So 102 points. Detroit still has a game left though at 101, so there's a chance they could pass us, but not a huge deal. We'll see here in the entire league where we are. So 102 points, that places us in 4th. Detroit has 1 game left. So is Washington, but hopefully we have the tiebreaker. So chance we move down to 5th, but I'm still really happy with that. Like I said, we were, middle of the pack in the Atlantic. Actually, we were last team at the wild card spot, and just, really turned it on after that trade deadline. So that's huge. Points here, we'll see how we did. Philip Forsberg, 70 points. That's awesome to see. Obviously, traded Krejci for him. A lot to give up. Bergeron there at 62. Marlowe at 57. Same with Thornton, so they both played really well. Marchand at 50. Matthews, 50 points in his first year. Cannot complain with that. Eriksson, 47. Krug, 45. Pasternak, 35. Griffith, 30. Larson, 27. CC, 26. Still can't believe CC's a 92 now. It's really crazy. Kokochev, Morrow, Spooner, Halischek, Mueller, and Theodore. We'll take a quick look here as well at the goalies, see how they did. Obviously, Rask last year had a MVP performance. We'll see if he can duplicate it or not. 2.16 goals against, 42 and 22, .926 save percentage, so he looks very good. Tokarski's also not looking too bad there in the backup spot. As you guys can see, Detroit actually did win their last game, winning not only the Atlantic, but also the Eastern Conference, but still I'm happy with how our team did. We'll see who we play in this first round. I think it should be Ottawa, and we beat them in back-to-back games at the end of the regular season, and the last game was a 7-1 win, so hopefully we can at least get past this first round and make a run at that Stanley Cup. So here we go with the first game, guys. Going against Ottawa, obviously, we're starting at home here. Like I said, 2 back-to-back wins there against them to end the regular season. We better be able to beat these guys. 0-0, first game, first period. Forsberg and Halischek each get a goal there in the second. No scoring in the third. So, big win there in the first game. Like I said, hopefully we can just keep rolling here. Past Ottawa, move on to, the semifinal, the Eastern Conference Final, Stanley Cup Final. That'd be huge if we could beat Saad here in only the second season. Obviously, really young team. The defense after the first pairing could be higher rated, but I still like it. Carlson there, obviously, with a goal. Krug and Theodore answer back, both of our defensemen. That's huge. 2-1 lead. Phaneuf there ties it up 2-2. Going to overtime here. Bobby Ryan gets a goal. So 1-1 here. Still a lot of game time left. Obviously, I was hoping we could have got up 2-0, but 5 games left. Have to win 3 of the next 5. Definitely something we can do. HL team also looks to be in the playoffs now. I think their regular season has ended. Like I said before, though, HL team, I'm not going to sim like period by period like this. I'll just sim like while I'm doing the NHL and just kind of take a look at how they're doing. First game here, third game, first period. Bergeron and MacArthur each score. Zibanejad's 2-1 now for them. Carlson and Ryan, wow. So we dominated them the last 2 games regular season. A 5-2 win and a 7-1 win. We're now losing 2-1 here in this first round of the playoffs. Need to win this game. Cannot go down 3-1. Have to tie this up. Player morale, just dismissed for now. Here we go. We better win this 4th game. Tied up going home. AHL team's also playing the Flyers AHL team. Here we go, guys. 4th game. Bobby Ryan. Jeez. Daniel Sedin they traded for, apparently. And there we go. Matthews and Thornton tying it up. I think Matthews scored a minute and 2 seconds left, or a minute 2 seconds in. I'm still not sure which one. Going to overtime here. Marchand there with the OT winner. So that is huge. 2-2 series now. Heading back to Boston. Like I said, that's actually just huge for us. Hopefully we can get this win here in the 5th game. And obviously get that 3-2 series lead. That would be a big, big win. So here we go. First period. 3-1 for them. Wow. Peugeot, Chiasson, and Smith. Kokochev gets a goal for us. Still 2 periods to go. No scoring. We need 2 goals here in the 3rd. Matthews gets 1, but Joel Ward gets 1 for them. So 4-2 loss. I can't believe we're losing to Ottawa after beating them 7-1. Like, I don't understand how this even works. We definitely have the better goalie in Rask too, but 2 games left still. We can still do this. Just have to win them back-to-back like we did there at the end of the season. I know I've said that so much, but like, come on. We should be able to win this series. Here we go. Thornton there starts off the scoring 1-0. Theodore makes it 2-0. Eriksson makes it 3-0. Big win. That was in Ottawa. Heading back to Boston now for Game 7. Can we get it done? I hope we can. HL team there's up 2-1, so I think they need one more win to win the best of 5 for the first round series. Here we go, guys. Game 7. Need this win. At least win one round of the playoffs. Here we go. Peugeot and Krug each score. It's 1-1. Matthews scores. It's 2-1. Lazar scores. It's going to overtime. You got to be kidding me. Here we go. No scoring in the first overtime. Halischek there with the overtime heroics in the second overtime. The 4th line winger gets it done. That's huge. Moving on now to the second round of the playoffs. Cannot believe we got that done. Also, AHL team there won their first round. We're now playing Detroit actually in the second round of the playoffs. So let's see here. First game in Detroit as they did win that last game. So they get the home ice advantage. Here we go. 0-0. Zetterberg there makes it 1-0. Bergeron ties it up. Going to OT. Larson there with the OT winner. So that's huge. If we could beat Detroit, that'd be crazy. If we don't beat Detroit, hopefully they win the cup. But otherwise, let's get this win. So here we go. See if we can get back-to-back wins in Hockey Town. That'd be a really good way to start it. Here we go. First period. Crew gets a goal. Theodore gets a goal. Helm and Abdelkader each scored, so 2-2. And Larson and Kolkachev scored 2. We won that one 5-3. Detroit also has Henrik Sedin. So the Canucks trade away both Sedins. One to Ottawa, one to Detroit. We get to play them both in the first round here, but whatever. So 2-0 series lead here. I like our chances. Heading back to Boston. Can't get too cocky, though. Here we go. Let's get this win. More wins makes me feel safer about it. So first period, no goals. Second period, no goals. And third period, wow. Athanasiou, CC, Spooner, Mantha. So won that one 3-2. All the goals in the third. Big third period there. That's crazy. So 3-0 series lead on Detroit now somehow. Obviously, our team's just rolling. Providence looks to be doing pretty good. I'm also going to go to morale right now and quickly fix this up. Make sure everyone's feeling good before this final fourth game, or hopefully it's the final fourth game of the series. Playing the fourth game here, guys, of the second round of the playoffs. Like I said, if we sweep Detroit, that would be crazy. So here we go, fourth game, back in Boston. Sedin and Glendening, though, both scored in the first, so 2-0, we're down. Thornton and Marchand enter back in the second, 2-2. And Matthews and Forberg each scored 2 more in the third, making it a 4-2 win. So we actually sweep Detroit, the Atlantic and Eastern Conference champions, so that's crazy. AHL team, I think, is going to probably win their series. I think they're up right now 3-0. Yeah, it looks like they just swept the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. So both teams looking very good. NHL team 8-3 in these playoffs. AHL team is 7-1. Both moved on to round 3. We'll see who we play here in the Eastern Conference final. We're playing the Penguins. That's pretty crazy. Going up against Crosby and Malkin. Can we get it done? So here we go. First game. We're actually in Pittsburgh, so they must have won the Metropolitan. Here we go. No scoring in the first period. Crosby and Marlowe score in the second, and then Forsberg there in the third with the game winner, so that's huge. I always love going up one game, That first game I feel is a huge game, set the tone. Second game here, somehow multiple morale changes going down, even though we just won the first game of the series, but whatever. Pasternak and Malkin each score 1-1. Weiss and Marlowe each score, it's 2-2. Going to the overtime here, Bergeron there with the OT winner on Fleury. So another huge win there. Our team scores late, gets it done. So 2-0 series lead here. Game 3, back in Boston. If we could sweep Penguins after Detroit, that'd be crazy. Eriksson there starts off the scoring. Kessel answers back, third period. Wow, Crosby and Ruutu each score. So couldn't get the sweep, but still 2-1 series lead. Hopefully we can win this second game here in Boston, have that 3-1 series lead with 3 games to go. So fourth game here, guys. Like I said, really want this win here. Give us that 3-1 series lead. Marchand and Spooner each score in the first. Crosby answers back. So does CC, though, 3-1. And, wow, we just went off in the third period there. Halishchek, Mueller, Bergeron, Marchand. 4 goals, all on Fleury. I feel bad for him. 7-1 win there in the fourth game. So, pretty decisive win there. We got 3 games left here to win 1 game. Move on to the Stanley Cup final. That would be crazy. Here we go. Fifth game, Kessel and Bennett each score. Hagelin, Forsberg, 3-1. Can we answer back? Not enough time. So, up 3-2 still, 2 games left. Hopefully we can pull it out here. We have 3 games to do it. Just need 1 win. Hopefully the team can get it done, obviously. Never count the Penguins out, though. So here we go. 6th game here. Theodore starts the scoring 1-0. Nothing in the second. And tie game. Ruutu and Kessel. Thornton gets 1. So 2-2 going to overtime. Bonino there with the OT winner. Okay, I'm getting a little scared now. Going to Game 7 here. We had it on the series wrapped up. 3-1 series lead after the 7-1 win. Now we have to go to Game 7 in Pittsburgh. 2 close games, though. I think we can get it done. Hopefully we can hold on to this series win. Here we go. First period. Kunitz and Malkin down 2-0. Come on. Pasternak scores 1. We just need 1 more here in the third. Hornqvist, you gotta be kidding me. So, I thought we had that series, up 3-1 with the 7-1 win. We had to win one of the next 3 games, move on to the Stanley Cup final, and somehow Pittsburgh just comes back and beats us. So still, even though we didn't get the win, I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously, team played really well, and we have a young team. Next year, we're just going to be even better. AHL team here is also in the 7th game of their playoffs, so if they get to the Calder Cup final, that'd be pretty crazy, and they are actually going to be there as they just beat Utica Comets, so we'll send to the final game here, and if they do, win it, we'll obviously watch the Selly, I think. Wow, okay, so I got to slow down. They're down. They went up 2-0. Now they're down 3-2. 3-3. Final game here. Let's watch this one. That's crazy. AHL team, can they get it done? I didn't know I said I wouldn't sim it, but if it's AHL final, you got to. 1-0 here. 2-2. Let's resume simulation here in the third period. see what happens. Hopefully this is a good game here. So nothing still. It's 2-2. We'll go 8 times here just to see what happens. 2-2. Nothing. Looks like this one's going to overtime. They're getting outshot though by a lot. Looks like about 10 shots. Still 2-2. They're staying in it. 5 minutes to go here. Can Providence get a goal? Or is it going to go to OT? Goes to OT. Jeez. Okay. So I wanted to watch the celebration, but I'd have to go in and win it to watch it. So obviously I don't want to cheat. So we're just going to sim period. And they lose. Nice drum there. So kind of upsetting, but I mean, I'm still pretty happy with the season. NHL team 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final, and the AHL team 1 goal away from the Calder Cup championship. Cannot be upset with that. As you guys can see, the Minnesota Wild are actually the Stanley Cup champions, beating the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kind of surprised about that. I feel like we probably could have taken on Minnesota and won, so next year, I guess, is going to be our year. And as you guys can see, we're 1 day before the draft now, so if you want to watch this, make sure to stay tuned for the next episode, which will be the off-season. We'll be doing the draft, the re-sign, free agents, bunch of trades, signing up for the third season, which I think is going to be our year. We've been getting better and better. Third season, we're going to win that Stanley Cup. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. Check out Saad's video in the description. Besides that, thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.